Hi, I'm Lisa Hatton, Director of the St. Andrew Community Center. We're celebrating 50 years of this Neil Kelly Memorial Auction this year. We're looking back over 5 decades of all the things that have happened at the Community Center. And one of the things that is so important to St. Andrew is being a welcoming community to everyone. Back in the 80s and 90s, that wasn't necessarily the case. So parishioners took it upon themselves to start 2 initiatives. One was the welcoming the whole family, or welcoming the LGBTQ community to St. Andrew. And the other was starting the Spanish Mass. So 2 people are going to talk a little bit about those 2 things. We have Joy Wallace and then Deanna Ruiz.
I want to tell you a story about how the welcoming ministry started. Florence Baylog and Mary Anderson were downstairs in the St. Andrew Community Center helping to set up for a potluck. And Florence Baylog started crying. And Mary Anderson came over and said, "Oh, what's the matter?" And Florence told her how alienated she felt from her community, her Catholic community, because she had twin gay daughters and that the Catholic Church was not being very supportive of GLBTQ people at that point in time. And Mary Anderson and Florence Baylog then talked to Father Bob Kruger about starting a ministry so that no other parent had to feel this way. And he said yes. And furthermore, they passed on the baton to Sister Kathleen Stupel, Sister Kate Martin, and Mary Anderson continued being an advocate until she died of the welcoming ministry. So the beginnings of the welcoming ministry are rooted in our community center, and we are still here using the community center for our social activities, for forums, and we passed on our philosophy, which is now being used at the pantry and the community services downstairs for St. Vincent de Paul, which is something that the food bank, the Oregon Food Bank, appreciates and requires. So the philosophy of reaching out, supporting this community has been an important part for the community center, and I hope you support the community center by coming to the auction and participating. Thank you.
My parents found St. Andrews back in 1991. They were walking in the neighborhood and they approached the parish and they asked for help to fill their oil tank for the furnace because they didn't have heat for the winter. And they got help. They sent a company to fill the tank, and they were kept warm for the winter. I have flashbacks from probably 1991, 92 of coming to the community center on the back parking lot to grab bread for our family. That's when we found out that St. Andrews was starting a Spanish Mass, and we became part of the community in 1992. So that's been 31 years that we've been in the community of St. Andrews. I remember the community center being a key part of the community of St. Andrews, the Latino community. We were making parties, food, meetings, retreats. I believe that the community center was vital in St. Andrews Latino community, really feeling part of the church, of the community. We were allowed to use it. We were like, wow, we belong to this place. We're not borrowing the community center. And since then, the Latino community has been growing and doing a lot of things to advocate for themselves with the help of the community of St. Andrews. We've had meetings for immigration rights, know your rights, coming out of the shadows. That was very important for us. With the driver's license in Oregon, when they were suspended, we did a lot of meetings and community organizations to make sure that we could fight for those driver's licenses. The promotores de salud, who take care of the health of the community, youth group. We had so many years of fun youth group we have celebrations. We always have excuses to do a party, to do fundraisers, and parties are always being part of us, and the community center has always been there for all of us. So come to the action on October 21st to enjoy and keep helping the community and keep helping growing this amazing community.